So this is my introduction to EdgeTX via the RadioMaster Pocket, which I went out and bought a few days ago, and it arrived. So here I am playing with it on the FPV Freerider sim, and as we get into it, I'll explain why I'm doing that rather than flying drones with it, since I'm waiting somewhat impatiently for more gear to arrive. But suffice to say, I'm pretty happy so far, despite learning a few things along the way. So from here, I'll get back to waving the thing around, explaining what I've run into and why.
Welcome to EdgeTX. Timer 1 elapsed.
So here it is. It's going to be a bit of an adventure because I've discovered a few things that I didn't know about it before I bought it. So here we go. So I'll turn it off. So a bit of explanation. This is my favourite radio at the moment, which is running Deviation rather than OpenTX or EdgeTX. It's the last of the Jumper T8SG lines, version 3, which had the voice prompts, and this works fine. At the moment, I'm still running mainly Bugs 3 models, modified models, and this does everything I want. However, I've been aware for some time that Deviation has been losing ground, and that there's much better support for what was OpenTX and is now EdgeTX. So when this came out, I thought, hey, best of lots of worlds. It's got a version with a multi-protocol module. So if I get that, I can continue flying the Bugs 3 based models until I'm ready to upgrade to go to ELRS and a different flight stack. And also when checking it out, by getting this, the CC2500 version, I can always put a module on the back of it later for ELRS. In fact, the advantage of that is that you can wind up with a more powerful transmitter. So I thought, great, best of both worlds. What I didn't realise was that the so-called multi-protocol module only has the CCR2500, which supports a range of older protocols that I've never used and got no interest in. With the Jumper, it's got a genuine multi-protocol module with about 4 different chips in it, and that supports the whole range of things. Like I started off with the, let's see, what was it, the Eachine E11, Hudson X4, a Sky King plane, a whole bunch of things. And then later on, when I got into an ill-advised iFlight Cinebee, it had DSMX, and I managed to get that working as well. But the great thing was, about 5 years ago, the clever developers at Deviation cracked the protocol for the Bugs 3, and that really changed things. So it really made these a useful FPV type drone, and this is what's kind of evolved into, with bigger motors, better ESCs, but still with the Bugs 3 flight control on board. Where I went wrong was this so-called multi-protocol radio only has the single chip in it. I need a different chip, which is the A7105 to support the Bugs. Now fortunately there's a multi-protocol module that goes on the back, so that's on order. The other thing was, although this was relatively very inexpensive and good value, and I'm happy with it, the batteries were quite expensive. The unmanaged ones, the managed ones don't fit, they're too long. But yeah, so I bought the batteries, and now I'm buying a multi-protocol module that's costs more than the radio originally did. So just a few things to watch out for new players. However, I wasn't sure about the sharp points on the gimbals, controllers, but in fact, having played with the flight simulator, it's very comfortable. So looking forward to more adventures and learning more about EdgeTX. I already know a bit about Lure. I used something called Plure on the on a portable device many years ago. But it looks good. The voice is nice and loud. The volume's controllable. Or one thing I have done is I start to get into the journey of making this work was,
Welcome to EdgeTX. Switch warning.
oh yeah, because I haven't been able to configure the bugs 3 yet, of course, until I've got the multi-protocol module. So I've just started and I'm getting warnings because I haven't set it up properly. So we go to System,
Timer 1 elapsed.
Models rather, and then go down to FP3 drone. Select that, and then select it,
Switch warning.
and then back out. And that's got rid of the switch warning. Yeah. Nice thing with this is I've been able to program the otherwise useless wheel on the back for dimming the display, which is good. You can also use it to change the volume if you've got another use for it. So I think this is going to be a great radio as I get used to it. But just a warning to make sure that you've done your research before you go ahead and buy something. Yeah, but it's going to be fun. So to finish, here's a bit of a play around with FPV Freerider, my sim. Turns out once I got the basics of FPV, I really don't like playing with sims. I guess it's just my age and generation, but I'm just not terribly much into computer games generally. And I'm very much a freestylist when it comes to flying drones. But it's a lovely little program and interesting different environments you can try out. So I'm just tootling around with it, and doing this is when I realised that I really like the gimbals. I'm going to have no problem adapting to them, which is why I'm looking forward to doing more. So I had the sound turned down on this because it didn't do much for me, the droning. But I like the feel of it, and by the end of it I was starting to move around quite a bit faster. This is on the so-called high rate, and it feels good. So I'll leave you with this, which and my initial reflections on what I think of the RadioMaster Pocket. So signing off.